Dear viewers, season's greetings. We are just 2 days away from a brand new year, 2018. It is customary at this time of the year to reflect on what happened over the past months. What was achieved, what were left undone, what could have been done better or differently, and so on. For me, as editor of Channel 8 News, there were some challenges and constraints. Many were resolved, but as you know, in life, all is not perfect. Channel 8 News, as you are aware, is aired thrice weekly on DTV8 as part of the station's commitment to provide a community service to Berbice, firstly, and to Guyana as a whole. Its main aim is to fill the void that is not covered by other news channels and TV channels. The newscast seeks to highlight important events and issues that take place in Berbice that are of interest to members of our unique community. You, our regular viewers, will know that our newscast concentrates on developmental issues, the work of community-based organizations, NGOs, community leaders and volunteers, the RDCs and NDCs, and extraordinary occurrences that may happen from time to time. We avoid controversial issues and sensational issues, and issues of a civic nature that are best resolved by the courts, and leave investigations and issues of a criminal nature up to the police. As a matter of policy, we exercise our own censorship to protect ourselves from libel suits, and as a gatekeeper to the public, exercise our own judgment as to what is newsworthy and fit and proper for public viewing. As an aside, I should mention that DTV8 airs international news via Al Jazeera, the BBC, CBS, NBC, and others, plus local newscasts, Prime News, which originates in Georgetown, plus government programs by DPI, OPI, and InfoHub, etc. Highlights of Channel 8 News can also be accessed via the internet on Facebook or YouTube. At this point, I wish to point out that DTV8 is a private station and does not receive any subsidies, grant aid, or duty-free concessions from the government. We pay our fair share of taxes to the GRA, our broadcast license and spectrum fees to the GNBA and NFU, as private broadcasters should do. I have been saying this from time to time over the past 20-odd years. DTV8 and Channel 8 News, which is produced by DTV8, is not here to operate at the whims and fancies of government officials and others who think we are obligated to provide publicity for them whenever they call the station. Please be reminded that requests or invitations for coverage or publicizing of events or activities, etc., should be made in writing and submitted at least 48 hours before the planned activity to the editor, Channel 8 News, DTV8, 8 Main and St. Anne Street, New Amsterdam, Berbice. The same goes for persons or organizations using email or the internet. You will appreciate that such communication is necessary for us to plan our work effectively. I must say that as editor, I totally abhor the habit of some organizations and public officials of telephoning minutes before a planned event for us to provide coverage on the news. Sometimes the excuse is that an invitation was sent via email or messenger when there are no evidence of that. Those events had to require some preparation and planning, at least days and in some cases months before. Yet the media is most times an afterthought. As I'm talking about events and coverage, during this year, our reporters and camera persons complained to me about the treatment they received at several events hosted by public entities. For example, being told that they cannot stand or sit at a certain position, which is a good vantage point, suitable for them to do their taping and to have good video. I have had cause to tell them to leave such events if they cannot do good videos because the lighting is poor, angles poor, and so on. The onus is on the organizers to have proper places for the media. If not, do not bother to invite us. Over the years, I have repeatedly made calls publicly on television and privately to some organizers for those organizers who want the events to be publicized via the news to make proper arrangements with regards to lighting, proper background, position of lectern or podiums, and so on. Sadly, many still do not do that. Another thing that looks ridiculous is the placing of main speakers and VIPs on the stage, or as we say, head table, facing the audience, and having to view dancers and other performers or speakers posteriors all the time. How ridiculous can we get? I do not have to mention the lights again. These must be focused on the speakers or performers, not blinding the audience. Let me hasten to add that we reserve the right to decide what we will attend and provide coverage for our newscasts. As we prepare to enter New Year, please let me, on behalf of the Channel 8 News team and the management of DTV8, thank all those who supported the newscast and DTV8 and all we interacted with in our never-ending quest to inform, educate, and entertain. Special thanks to all those agencies, organizations, governmental and non-governmental, that provided us with information that was worth sharing. And most of all, our regular customers, advertisers, and sponsors. Thanks also to you, our viewers, who allow us into your homes and afford us the privilege of your time as we continue to report accurately and impartially on matters that affect the general populace. We will continue to uphold the highest possible standards as we present a fair and balanced newscast. Best wishes for good health, wealth, and happiness in the new year. Thanks for watching and listening.